Hey everybody, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the major scale. Let's get to it. The major scale. This is going to be one of the most fundamental scales that we're going to learn. Most scales are actually referenced off of this scale, or at least relative to the major scale. Learning this and committing this to memory is really going to be something that's going to get you out there and get you killing it on stage faster than you can believe. When we talk about the major scale, we're generally talking happy tones, notes that resolve nicely, in order to build these scales, we need to understand the intervals between each of the notes. The scale is going to consist of 8 notes, the first and the 8th being an octave of one another. Now we're going to need to dig into the intervals between notes 1 through 7. Let's pull up another graphic. In the major scale, what we see is notes 1 through 8 laid out here, and let's take a look at A major as a reference. The recipe or formula, and this is something that just has to be committed to memory, unfortunately. Here's the recipe for the major scale. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. These are referencing the whole steps and half steps between each of the notes in the major scale. Let's take a look at how that relates to guitar. We're going to use A major, for example, and remember that a whole step is 2 frets and a half step is 1 single fret. A major, we're going to start on the 5th string and we're going to go horizontally down the neck. Whole, whole, half. Whole, 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 half. And I'm going to include graphics that you can download on the website relative to the note positions for the major scale that we've been looking at this video. The beauty about guitar is that in addition to playing horizontally, we can also play vertically. And this opens up more than one octave on the guitar just in one position. And by one position, I mean across 4 frets where each of our fingers can grab a fret. Let's start on 6th string, 5th fret, which is going to put us at A. And let's look at an A major down the neck. Notice how that is exactly the same as. But because we have more strings and the guitar is built to go further here, we can actually go another octave. And that rounds out the entirety of the A major scale vertically in this position on the neck with a root on the 6th string. Root note, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th scale degree. And then it just repeats again. The 8th being the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. I want to look at 2 really important things about the guitar and the way it's constructed, and how something like this and visualizing and understanding these concepts will get you out there jamming even faster. That A major scale that we just looked at, let's take the first 5 notes. Those intervals are going to hold true everywhere that you find an A note. So just like that's an A, if we start here, that's going to hold true. And just like we know the 6th string and the 1st string are the same notes on the same frets, the scale would continue, but now you've had 3 different locations that you've found the A major scale just horizontally down this neck. And let's not forget that the neck just repeats itself. So similarly, that's one way that the guitar makes it really easy to find different voicings, but also different areas to find licks on the neck that may jive better with what you're playing or may allow you to explore more of the fretboard when you're up on stage. Another really cool thing about guitar is that it's so pattern-based. Now that we know the major scale in this root 6th position, that same pattern is going to hold true on any root note you're looking for. So that's the A major scale up to the 5th. We'll do the whole thing. If we're looking for a C major scale, all we have to do is find the C note on the 6th string and then do that exact same finger pattern. Now we know the C major scale. Let's say we want to do the D major scale. It's the exact same thing. One really cool trick is going back to those relationships and those patterns. Anywhere that I find this A note, and we're not going to worry about E and B string, the 1 and 2 right now, but let's find this C on the 5th string. Because we know the C major is that pattern, it's going to be the same starting with that C root note on the 5th string. Find a couple notes, it doesn't really matter what it is, whether it's a G sharp, a D note, an E note, it could be any note you wish, and find 2 or 3 different locations that you can play the major scale. Something like this. Let's look at the guitar fretboard, and we know that we now have some patterns that work vertically and some patterns that work horizontally, and we also know that these will repeat themselves where we can find the same notes. And the guitar fretboard has many places where we will find the same note. So treating an A note as the root note of an A major scale, let's find that first octave in a couple different places on the fretboard. We have an A note, 5th fret, 6th string. That's one way. Let's find another A. Open 5th string. Let's find another A. D string, 7th fret. That's going to be the 8th note, but the octave, so that's also an A. Let's take that and go up the first octave of the A major scale. Exploring the neck this way will really get you finding riffs and licks and different voicings very quickly, and it'll get you out there crushing it on stage faster than you'd think. Thanks for hanging out for this quick lesson through the major scale. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to the channel because I'm building out more content that will be showing up regularly. Also, on the website, which I'm going to put here, all of the graphics that you've seen will be downloadable for viewing and for your use whenever you need them. See you in the next one.